Long ago, in the village of Awukugua, in the eastern region of what is now Ghana, a strange boy was born. On the night of his birth, the winds howled, the trees bowed, and the sky glowed with a strange fire. He was born with strange features, his fists clenched tightly, holding something invisible. Elders whispered, "This child is not ordinary." His mother, a quiet woman named Ano, said he never cried as a baby. Instead, he would stare at the fire and laugh. At age 2, he would speak in tongues, and birds would gather around the hut. His grandfather named him Anokye, meaning destiny. By age 7, Anokye had done things no other child dared. He could walk through fire unharmed. He would speak to trees, and sometimes they answered. He healed a dying goat just by whispering into its ears. Some villagers feared him, others worshipped him. But everyone agreed this boy carried the power of the gods. Far away in Kumasi, a young warrior named Osei Tutu was dreaming of unity. The land was broken. Chiefdoms fought like wild animals, and the people suffered. Osei Tutu believed that the Akan could become one powerful kingdom. But he knew he needed something more than swords. He needed spiritual fire. One night he dreamt of a man clothed in white, his feet floating above the ground, his eyes burning with lightning. The voice in the dream said, "Seek the boy in Awukugua. He holds the key." Osei Tutu sent for Anokye. The boy was only a teenager then. But when he arrived in Kumasi, even the elders stood to welcome him. He walked barefoot, yet his presence shook the ground. Birds circled overhead. The people whispered, "Is this a prophet or a god?" From that day they became one. Osei Tutu, the sword; Anokye, the spirit. The people of the Akan lands were tired of endless wars, but fear still held them back. Why would proud tribes like Denkyira ever bow to anyone? So Anokye did something the world had never seen. He summoned the elders, the chiefs, the warriors, and in broad daylight he stood before them, holding nothing but a carved staff. The sky darkened, even though the sun was high. Thunder rolled like a drum. The people fell to their knees, and then a stool made of gold descended from the heavens, floating gently like a feather. It never touched the ground. It hovered. Anokye spoke. "This is the golden stool. It carries the soul of the Ashanti people. As long as it is never sat upon and never touches the earth, the Ashanti will never fall." The chiefs bowed. Even the proudest among them could not deny what they had witnessed. That day the Ashanti kingdom was born, united not just by politics, but by spirit and mystery. To seal their strength, Anokye walked to a sacred place in Kumasi and drove a sword into the earth with his bare hands. No man, no king, no foreigner could remove it. He said, "The day this sword leaves the ground, the heart of Ashanti will be broken." Hundreds tried to pull it out, even the strongest warriors. None succeeded. The sword remains there to this day, unmoved. Anokye's fame spread beyond Ashanti. He was said to call rain, stop bullets, vanish in smoke, and raise the dead. Enemies feared him more than armies. Even the Denkyira Empire, proud and powerful, was shaken. Before the final war against Denkyira, Anokye gathered the Ashanti soldiers and told them, "No man will fall today, for I will collect their bullets in the sky." And it happened. On the battlefield, Denkyira's guns failed. Their warriors screamed that their bullets turned to dust mid-air. The Ashanti won. The kingdom rose. As the kingdom grew, so did whispers. Some claimed Anokye was no longer a man, that he had become too powerful, even more feared than Osei Tutu. Others said he could talk to the dead and control fate itself. After Osei Tutu's death in battle, Anokye was never the same. He withdrew from the palace and spoke less. Then one day he called the new king and said, There is something I must retrieve from the spirit world. I will go, but I may not return." He walked into the forest with no weapon, no guide. He told the people not to follow him. And he vanished. No body, no bones, no farewell. Just footprints that ended at a tree with no shadow. To this day, the stool still floats. The sword remains unmoved. And the name Okomfo Anokye is spoken with awe. Some say he lives still in the mountains, or in the dreams of children born with clenched fists. Some say he will return when the Ashanti need him most. But all agree he was not just a priest, not just a man. He was the bridge between earth and spirit.